treaty was passed to outlaw those tools. But they bring big bucks, so you don't care. You're over 5,000 nuclear warheads. Destroy everyone countless times. Why not join the movement to end this spread? But you sing it to keep making noise. Where, oh where is the USA? We need this nuclear arms ban. 74 nations signed on, hooray! While you take our hearts so Thank you for lovely music. Yeah, if you play it, I can just yell.
You got another one?
The song sheet? Oh, yeah, let's do This Land Must Be Nuke Weapons Free. Oops,
To the tune of? Oh.
This Land
All right, you ready? Sorry. We're just going to symbolically, I know we can't give you the letter, we're going to mail it in the mailbox. It's a letter to the ambassador and about asking her to consider signing the TPNW. So we're just going to symbolically come to the door front. All right? Thank you. Then I was going to sneak it out of there and you were going to take it and run it up. Okay. Thank you. All right, God bless. We got a symbolic shot. Right now the ambassador's name is Ambassador Shea. She's an interim ambassador. She is here, but the transition team is in place. Stefanik looks like she's gone through. Did anyone listen to her confirmation hearing? It was really, really tough to listen to. Wow. So we're in for it. We're in for someone that believes they're going to show everyone in the UN.
She's a New Yorker too.
Boo!
Yeah.
She thinks she knows everything and is going to teach everyone at the UN how things should happen and to rule from strength. So, anyway, we know what strength is. Does anyone want to arm wrestle me right now? So we'll have Jim is going to read part of the letter. Will anyone else that has a loud voice and would like to read?
Brendan still here?
Yeah. You do not. Yes, you do. With the mask on?
No, I
You take it off? Okay, good. So we have 4 people. So good. It's a 3-page letter. And thank you. And this letter is being handed symbolically and then mailed to President Trump down in D.C. right now.
Are you mailing it with
Stamps.
certified mail?
No. You know, I think I will go to the post office. Yeah.
Return receipt.
Return receipt?
Yep, that's right. Good idea.
Are you filming this? Oh, so good.
Good idea.
So, it's on letterhead from Warheads to Windmills Coalition. Stephen Wallace. It's to President Donald Trump, White House, and Elise Stefanik, UN. January 22nd, 2025. Dear Honorable President Donald Trump and HE-UN Ambassador Elise Stefanik, you have many problems to address as you enter the White House. We wish to help you with a vital one. According to the assessment you gave Sean Hannity on this past December 3rd, quote, nuclear weapons are the biggest problem we have, unquote. Nuclear weapons are too big a risk. Your biggest problem, quote unquote, includes the risk of an escalation to the use of nuclear weapons at any moment in Europe, the Middle East, the Korean Peninsula, South Asia, or the South China Sea. It includes the ever-present risk of a full-scale nuclear exchange between the U.S. and Russia that could be triggered by a simple human or computer error, a cyber attack, miscalculation, or misunderstanding on either side. Mr. President, so long as these weapons remain in the arsenals of any country, there is a steadily increasing risk that they will be used. And despite decades of research and billions of dollars of investment, there is no guaranteed way to protect America from even a single incoming nuclear weapon. Nuclear weapons are ridiculously expensive. Nuclear weapons are also the most expensive single item in the entire federal budget. As Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy pointed out in their November 20th article in Wall Street Journal, the Pentagon is awash with cost overruns and failed audits. Doesn't audit. One of the biggest expenditures the Pentagon budget is for a whole new generation of nuclear weapons. Jim, you want to take over? So, go there, and then there. Yeah, stop. Yeah. Sorry, right there.
We got the nice windmills.
Of course, these costs are spread across a large number of line items, not only in the DoD budget, but in the DOE budget. Altogether, the current plan is to spend at least $1.7 trillion over the next 30 years to upgrade every element of the U.S. nuclear weapons arsenal. It is likely to end up costing significantly more than that, and with programs already massively over budget. This is for all weapons that we would be better off without and cannot even use. Nuclear weapons cannot be used to win wars. Mr. President, you yourself asked a very important question during your first term, quote unquote, why do we have nuclear weapons if we can't use them? Well, the truth is, we can't use them unless we want to risk an all-out nuclear war in which billions would die and no one would emerge victorious. Even if nuclear weapons landed only on other countries, we here in the United States would still suffer the consequences. The radioactive debris from a nuclear blast rises into the upper atmosphere and circulates the globe before coming down weeks or even months later. The long-term fallout would certainly affect us here. And on top of the radioactive fallout, the soot rising up from the smoldering cities and military factories is likely to create freezing temperatures in some of the key grain-growing regions of the world, including the Great Plains. This could lead to millions more Americans dying from starvation over subsequent years. Nuclear weapons are a grave threat to national security. And despite what your national security experts may tell you, eliminating nuclear weapons would not damage the national security of the United States in any way. As you know very well, the United States has the most advanced, most powerful, non-nuclear armed forces in the world by far. None of our potential adversaries can come close to threatening the United States with their conventional forces. It is only their nuclear weapons that pose any threat at all to the United States. With nuclear weapons, even an extremely poor country like North Korea is capable of threatening the United States. The longer this problem goes unresolved, the more other countries are going to want nuclear weapons and are going to find a way to acquire them, making the United States increasingly insecure as a result. With no nuclear weapons anywhere in the world, the United States would be significantly more secure than it is today.
Okay. John? Just one more page, folks. Good, thank you. So, start nuclear weapons are not an effective deterrent, and that ends here on this page. So give me that page. Okay? Okay, wait. Thanks, Tim. That's great.
Nuclear weapons are not an effective deterrent. Mr. President, the whole rationale for maintaining an arsenal of nuclear weapons is supposedly because they are the ultimate deterrent. Yet, our possession of nuclear weapons clearly did not prevent the invasion of Ukraine by Russia, nor has Russia's possession of nuclear weapons prevented the United States from arming and supporting Ukraine. Since 1945, the U.S. has fought wars in Korea, Vietnam, Lebanon, Libya, Kosovo, Somalia, Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, and elsewhere. Possession of nuclear weapons did not deter any of those wars, nor indeed did possession of nuclear weapons ensure that U.S. won any of those wars. Threats to use nuclear weapons are meaningless unless they are carried out. And they are never carried out for the very simple reason that to do so would be an act of suicide. And what political leader would make that choice? Anthony?
Did you go to the next page?
I did. Yeah.
Oh, so you finished? Okay.
So nuclear weapons can be eliminated.
Okay. Where was my next volunteer? It said she had a wonderful loud voice.
Jane.
There you go. Thank you, John.
Go Jane.
Glass break. And get ready for another song. Oh.
Where am I?
You're going to be starting there. And reading right.
Find out, is it 74 or 73 minutes?
Nuclear weapons can be eliminated. The reality is that there is nothing technically standing in the way of eliminating all nuclear weapons from just 9 countries that have them. Other weapons of mass destruction have been largely eliminated from the world's arsenals already. But it requires initiative from the United States to make it happen. And that requires a president willing to show leadership on this issue. You could, for instance, decide tomorrow to sign on behalf of the United States the Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons, TPNW, or Nuclear Ban Treaty, inviting the other 8 nuclear-armed nations to join you in signing it. The act of signing this treaty does not by itself commit the United States to anything other than the goal of eliminating nuclear weapons. I'm going to read that. The act of signing this treaty does not by itself commit the United States.
I can't hear a thing. I'm deaf. Okay, you can hear her. But okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
third time. The act of signing this treaty does not by itself commit the United States to anything other than the goal of eliminating nuclear weapons, a goal we have been committed to for over 50 years. Treaty obligations only kick in after ratification by the Senate, which leaves ample time to negotiate the details of a verifiable disarmament process with those other 8 countries. And yet, signing the nuclear ban treaty would be the single most powerful thing you can do as president to kickstart the elimination of these weapons. Mr. President, you could win the Nobel Peace Prize for doing this. And the whole world would celebrate the lifting of this existential threat hanging over us all. Mr. President, we, the undersigned organizations and individuals, urge you to address this, your biggest problem, as soon as possible. Please let us know how we can help you in this endeavor. Sincerely yours.
Yes, thank you. Then it's-
Thank you, Jane.
Thank you, Jane. Then
Not
it's,
loud enough?
yes. Did you, so then it's 4 pages of a lot of our names. So
Anthony,
thank
we
you.
should add nuclear weapons are losers.
I'll go watch
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Took his language.
Yes.
Who wrote the letter?
I didn't know. No, it was a shared letter. Timon was coordinator of it. You didn't
It's
get
a
it?
wonderful
It went
letter.
out
It's
to
a
a lot of
wonderful
people for
got
feedback.
it.
He did a good job of collecting
Thank you.
feedback.
Thanks for your work on it.
It used a lot of good arguments.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's
no,
very
Timon
good.
is, if you haven't read Timon's work, Timon Wallace is one of the finer writers we have about making sense regarding nuclear weapons. He truly is. So, and he's
very
down in
good.
D.C. right now. He's got a whole week, nuclearban.us, of lobbying for the treaty.
Wow.
So, yeah, he's down in D.C.
What a wonderful man.
Yeah,
Yes.
with a team.
Woo!
And we'll
Yeah, and next.
so next, starting Monday, is the annual Nuclear Deterrence Summit, where our DOE, our DOD, all our Pentagon, the Space Force, all the national laboratories, all the Lockheed Martins, all our companies that make, and the hundreds of contractors, the universities, Amazon, Google, they all come together and have a great time for 3 days, pumping each other to build faster, to build more nuclear weapons. They are cruising right now to be way ahead in the arms race. We are leading the arms race. All they talk about is fearing China and Russia, how we have to beat them. They talk about winning a nuclear war and how we, we just have to build faster and we can do it. And they really are the head of this Stratcom, Commander Cotton, will end the 3 days with a rousing speech of cooperation of all our industry and, Google and Amazon. Everyone's pitching in for this rah-rah. So we are up against, and Stefanik, our new ambassador-to-be, who comes next week here, is believes in strength, military strength, and telling people what to do. So anyway, we're going to appeal to their reason, to their humanity, and to strength is doing what's right. And I just want to thank you for exhibiting that strength, because that really truly is a strength. Diplomacy, listening to others, standing firm for values. They love talking about values, but we're slaughtering people. Anyone else?
Where is the USA? We need this nuclear arms ban. 74 nations signed on. Hooray! While you take a hostile stand. Those hideous weapons that threaten all life don't belong on our planet so fair. UN treaty was passed to outlaw those nukes. They bring big bucks, so you don't care. Your over 5,000 nuclear warheads could destroy everyone countless times. Why not join the movement to end this spread? Or to sing to keep making rhymes? Where, oh where is the USA? We need this nuclear arms ban. 74 nations signed on. Hooray! While you take a hostile stand. Yeah. You want to do this land must be weapons free? That's on the right side. Remember Kings Bay, Plowshare 7 went to Georgia to stop nuke weapons. Thoughts of Dr. King brought love and courage. This land must be weapons free. At the U.S. Naval Base, they brought a message with signs and saying and peaceful presence that nukes like transformed to a peace center. This land must be weapons free. They were in danger, that did not stop them. Arrest and prison, they're only stronger. Their inspiration will help us shout out. This land must be weapons free. This world is our world, now in great danger. We must transform it for living beings. So join the struggle.